And despite the fact that I'm on a diet, the bakery with the millionaire's slices proved irresistible as we go under the bridge. Ooh. Wasn't scary. I wasn't scared. Good morning. Welcome back. Farmer Talk. On my back is a 10 kilo or so rucksack filled with, guess what, cameras. In my left hand, can you see this? There. Just look professional. There's a Fujifilm XH2S with the latest big 150 to 600 zoom. It is enabled as best I can on the PASM dial. We're in C3, which, because I'm wise, there's a part to this story that may amuse, by the way. Bear with us. So, flick into C3, and I should get wide active track with bird recognition, a bird, and basically I haven't got any excuses as a photographer. Sadly, I am not always as well prepared. Oh dear. Did I say this was the Grand Western Canal, by the way? Because it is. So we're at the Tiverton end and wandering up the footpath with a reason. Hello, hound. Good morning. Oh, everybody's happy. The world's happy, isn't it? Until you watch the news or experience somebody's driving or the world's a happy place. Recently, I did this walk and I didn't, rather stupidly, have the 150 to 600 with me. I did have my 50 to 140. We're talking crop sensor speak here. So basically an 80 to 200 on my H2. So that one's not a stack sensor, and but it is 40 megapixel. Ooh, 40 megapixels. Whoa. Suits you, sir. Well, yes. Somebody running. That's a bit keen. Oh, I need one of those. If it's a small fee. A camera carrying device, I think. So, you would think, so we're trotting along, observing mallards, moorhens, all of which I can see around me, and enjoying the countryside sounds of kids whacking footballs against mesh fences to my left. Oh, deep joy. I wasn't really thinking that a kingfisher would appear, and immediately I knew, which is a bit of a, hello Mr. Thrush. Unfortunately, I would normally flick the screen and go, there, look, there was a big, it was quite a healthy thrush. I'd normally flick the screen, but as I have a monopod with a 2 kilo lens on it and camera, I'm a bit restricted, sorry. So, Kingfisher, camera, And could I get even the 50? I was negative to start with because I knew the 5140 wasn't up to the job. Well, I decided that it wasn't. However, I persevered and tried to get a picture. And herein lies the rub when your mind is on other things of just how complicated these latest incredible cameras are to use. And could I get this lens to focus? No. I know I should have bought a Sony, a Canon, a Nikon. Keep quiet, shush, shush, don't wind me up. Actually, these latest Fujis are pretty darn good. And I'd love to blame the camera, but it was total operator error. And anyway, this Kingfisher, we have Kingfishers at home on our river, a small little river we've got on the farm. And occasionally I see the equivalent of a blue streak missile flying. No idea where they live. And no, pardon me, a bit grumbly this morning. Hello. Oh, everybody's happy. Except me. I've never stood a chance. I know you nature photographers, I should have a hide and I should be getting out and sitting there for hours on end, but I don't. But here I am on this canal a few days ago, unable to focus on this Kingfisher, who is determined to have its photograph taken. And it's saying, I could sit on this branch, I could go on that branch. Trouble is, that branch was so backlit in horrible light, what's the point? And still I couldn't focus on it. And then it did a bit of fishing. Sorry, pardon me. And then it sat on a twig, and I kept taking pictures. The one thing I did get right is I had it on the camera set on about 15, 20 frames a second. And so, but I could not get the thing to focus, or so I thought. Got home, SD card full of useless, overexposed, but mainly out of focus images. I initially, in anger, pulled them all into the bin and moved on. When I calmed down a bit, I went back and had a look. And maybe I can do something of that. But huge crop. I'm talking silly crop. And then using editing it to death, suddenly a picture appeared. Went down the route, corrected colour, emphasised what I could, played and what have you. And here, and I posted that on Instagram. Again, I wouldn't have to start with because I'd been so negative about the image. And but I was you ought to post that. So I did. And I thought I'd write. I wrote a book in the description of how this photograph came about. And I reluctantly admit I quite like it. And the people's liked it. So, I've come to Tiverton this morning. I've had an eye test this morning. And despite the fact that I'm on a diet, the bakery with the millionaire's slices proved irresistible. As I've carried 3 tons of photo gear, this photography lark is hard work. So, had an eye test this morning, which I have no excuses with the focusing and the eye from the eye test. We all need excuses, don't we? But this time, I have the H2S with the 150 to 600 that I've mentioned. Chosen that because of its stack sensor, and it seems to be quicker acquiring focus subjects. So, Mr. Kingfisher, on this dull, grey, damp morning in Tiverton, could you please come and say hello? You've spotted this is a rambling tale of photography. Had some really nice comments back on the Instagram post, and a surprising number of, I'm fortunate to be followed by some really good photographers, and they there was a lot of empathy as we go under the bridge. Ooh. Wasn't scary. I wasn't scared. And yeah, and these, a lot of empathy, which is lovely to read. And generally, ye oldie photographers on Instagram, the proper ones that Instagram seem to ignore these days, are generally jolly nice people. There are exceptions, of course. You're looking at one. Grumpy farmer. But, right, enough waffle. You are bored with this walk, this slow TV amble along the canal. I'm getting really quite warm, so I'm going to look for the photographs, and in the meantime I'll insert the Kingfisher video, picture, no, not video, and yeah, talk to you in a bit. Well, I've got a few snaps, a little bit of video, but yeah. Hey ho, there are none so blind as those that cannot see. So no kingfishers this time, other than the one the other day, of course. But we'll try again, and maybe a mountain bike ride. It's quite a trek. So I think next time, and there will be a next time, it'll be a mountain bike trip. I know it's flat. Thanks for watching, and see you soon with a chatty vid. Bye for now.